Nathan, 2-2 home draw with Cheltenham this afternoon. Last gasp, Alan Sheehan goal rescued something from a game that looked like we were going to get nothing from.
Yeah, look, it'll be a good point in the end, I'm sure, but it's the same old story for us, you know, when we get these opportunities, and I knew today would be an opportunity. I didn't tell the players that, because when I do tell players now that we end, but right at the end of the month we tend to lose games, or draw games, or drop a point in games, and it's really frustrating, because look, we knew they'd come how they come, because they did exactly the same last year. They played 4-5-1 and really dropped in and tried to hit us on the counter attack, and they scored out of nothing the first thing. An error from a goalkeeper, shouldn't get beaten from that distance with that type of shot, and he came out of nothing really. We had most of the play and a bit of and a few chances that we needed just to be a bit more clinical on. A lot of shots that missed the target, balls flashing across we didn't connect with, and so on. So it just felt like one of those days, it really did. And then when we go behind, we come in and we think, right, okay, we'll have a right go second half, which we did. We came out, and then the game sort of changed, I think, really in a 3-minute period, from the penalty to their second goal.
Well, we'll come on to that in a minute, but as you say, it was a nearly first half, wasn't it? We had James Collins had a great chance, and there were balls that flashed across the edge of the box. Ollie Lee had several shots that didn't quite connect properly with it, but there was plenty there, wasn't there, before they got the goal on the counter? There
was plenty there, but this is symptomatic of us, you know. Normally, and Ollie Lee is pinging those everywhere in training, top in, everywhere. And that's the thing, when the pressure's on, when we think, look, we haven't played for 10 days, so maybe we looked a little bit rusty, but we never created the tempo. There was a deadness to the place, you know, and everything. We never got the crowd going, because we weren't really on the front foot, because they sat back, they defended deep. They allowed us to play and then try to hit us on the counter, so we didn't. So we needed to create our own tempo, and we didn't. Kept giving the ball away in attacking third, kept giving the ball away far too easy, and it broke down, and then it was a lot of moaning and groaning around the place, and that set the tempo really. And then they scored, and then, as I said, we wanted to come out, and we came out flying second half. We had an opportunity. Harry Connick had a great opportunity, toe poked wide, and then we got the penalty. Well, we scored, but referee gave a penalty, and then you think, bang, score, and then we go on and win it. But that's been symptomatic. When you need that thing, that clinical edge, we didn't have it. And James Collins put 2 penalties away, his last 2 pens, and I haven't seen the pen yet, but missed it. And then 2 minutes later they go up the other end and score from bad play from us, marking in the box. And then you think, all right, it's going to be one of them days. But we rallied, showed a lot of character, came back into it, and scored 2. We could have scored more. We had a lot of opportunities and a lot of chances in and around it, but again, just lacked that clinical edge.
With the decision, obviously it was a controversial one. The referee obviously had already blown for a free kick before Ollie connected with the volley, probably, hadn't he? And I mean, it's just a split-second decision, isn't it?
It's a split-second decision, but surely they just look, they see, yeah, it's a pen, wait to see what happens. If he nods it in, he hasn't got to give a pen. He just think it's a second, he's got to wait, and he done. Look, we've had our problems with this referee. I've had my problems with this referee, so I can't comment too much on it in any ways. But he just had to wait a second. But we're only talking about it because we've missed then the pen. If we hadn't missed the pen, if we'd scored the pen, then our top scorer would have scored another goal, and we'd have been happy, and then it might have been different. But that's where it changed.
You brought the top scorer on, Danny Hilton, after his little layoff, and of course things started to happen, didn't they? With Danny, he had a shot on the near post, beaten away, and Luke Gambin then came on. He looked lively as well, and obviously once we got back in it, Gambo provided the assist for Sheehan's head in at the far post, didn't he, for that late equaliser?
Yeah, but Hilts looks rusty in terms of the way he is, because he hasn't played in sort of he missed 7-8 games and came back into it today, so it's good to have him back, and he's got through that period. He had a hand in the first goal because he got across the near for Luke Berry to score. And as I said, it's just disappointing, because we've gone 2 behind, and we've got to claw back from two behind. We know we can score 2 goals, but today would have been a wonderful opportunity, especially considering results. And
that character, as we've seen, has come back before this season. It's just a shame we couldn't get that last one, but a week now to pick ourselves up and go again for a tough one away at Cambridge.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game away from everything, and as I said, it's tightening up, and everything's tightening up. We haven't lost any ground, if you like, in any way, but we just keep missing opportunities. That's the frustrating thing, because if we don't miss these opportunities, then you know, we can make life a lot easier for ourselves. But this seems to be the last game of the month. We tend to drop points.
It is a month unbeaten though. That's something very positive about the afternoon. You know, it's still there. We're still 3 points clear, and still 7 points clear of fourth place.
With the game in hand and stuff, yeah, and so on. So look, it's not negative. It's just I'm starting to think, well, you know, we're going to need to turn these into wins, because, as I said, it's this opportunity game that when we get it, we don't turn it into 3 points, and that's the disappointing thing. But as I said, we did lose. We have had a month unbeaten. We came back from 2-0 down, which showed a lot of character and quality, and I'm disappointed with that. You know, I'm not delighted to have done that, and a lot of sides have done that in recent weeks, scored late and scored in injury time and so on. We haven't actually done that, so it's good that we've done it today.
Thanks, Nathan.
Cheers.